Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Between the Game Sports back for this electrifying recap of the Jackson State versus Alabama State game. One of the best games I've seen in quite some time. If you were here for the live that happened not too long ago, Jackson State outlasts Alabama State 34-31. I'm sorry, 38-34. I was pretty close with my assessment as far as it being a 4-point game. I had it 28-24 Jackson State. The game was incredible, man. Incredible. You had guys making plays all over the field. I said that if Andrew Body went down to the vet this weekend and go out and outshine Jacobian Morgan, you can mark him down for the SWAC Player of the Year. Didn't turn out to be that way, even though he outpassed him. Jacobian Morgan went 16 of 23 for 187 yards and 4 touchdowns. Travis Tyrell, who was my game breaker, my game changer, he led Jackson State in total rushing yards with 77. He had 17 carries. Man, that game was dope, man. I appreciate those who are just jumped in and rocking and rolling. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button again. I wasn't going to do this. We had some folks say that they wanted me to do it, so here we are, man. Here we are. Hopefully we can get a little bit more people coming in and rocking and rolling. As I'm working on some stuff in the background. So again, recap show, Jackson State versus Alabama State. I know others are doing it right now. It is what it is. I'm going to allow y'all to come up here and kind of speak your piece if you want to. We're going to do this for about an hour, man. For about an hour. I ain't got too much time. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. But yeah, man, I completed a tremendous milestone over that past train. We officially reached 10,000 subscribers, man. 10,000 subscribers. Not many people who get on this YouTube thing can reach that milestone, so I appreciate those who are here, man. Who are here. That is one hell of a accomplishment as I'm trying to. I don't know why that's not popping up, man. It is. I'm going to leave it alone. But I appreciate those who are kind of jumping in and jumping out. Again, Jackson State wins a thriller 38-34. At the half, it was 17-13 Jackson State. Alabama State comes out within like the first 3 minutes or so of that game, and they go right down the field and score. And then it was back and forth from here on out. Exciting fourth quarter, extremely exciting fourth quarter where you had turnovers on both sides. You had Jackson State players making plays. You had Jacobian Morgan. And so at the end of the game, Coach T.C. Taylor said Jacobian Morgan came over to him and said that he wanted to make this play call. He ended up getting that touchdown. That put them up 38-34. Alabama State gets a pretty decent drive, goes down the field, get all the way down to the 2-yard line with about 1 second to go. There was some controversy with that. Obviously, you know, if you're a Jackson State fan, you were hoping that they didn't give them that extra time, but they ended up doing it. And for the life of me, I don't understand why coaches run plays to the short side of the field. They run a little toss sweep type of option play to the short side of the field, and the linebacker that was keyed in on the running back doing his job for Jackson State tackles him at the 1-yard line, and that's ball game. You can't ask for nothing too much better than that if you're any type of fan. Obviously, you don't want to be on the losing side of that type of game, but man, what a hell of a ball game. And y'all make sure y'all come in and make sure y'all are saying where you are from and what school you are representing. If we don't get some more people in here, I'm going to shut this thing down real quick. And yeah, I know there's other channels doing this stream right here, right now. I probably should have waited until tomorrow. But, you know, it is what it is. As I feel like we are not live on some certain channels. I'm sorry, on certain platforms. Why is that not rolling? Why is it not rolling? And if you're on Facebook, man, make sure y'all like it real quick. If you are on Instagram, make sure y'all hit that button real quick for me, man. Shout out to my guy over on Instagram. We are live on Instagram as well. Talking about they had one job. Yep, for sure. One job indeed, brother. One job indeed. It's that play is, if you're an Alabama State fan, that play is kind of gonna sit in your mind for a very long time. Again, decent play call, but to the short side of the field. When you run that, man, you running out of space. When you run that, you're running out of space. As the penalties, surprisingly, wasn't a huge factor. I think we got up to 11. I've done the stream a couple of weeks ago where there was 30 plus penalties in that game. So the referees today allowed these young men to go out there, leave it all on the field, and allow them to play to the best of their abilities. Dope game. So again, I had high praise for Andrew Body, quarterback at Alabama State, the transfer from Texas Southern. Young man went 20 of 30, 349 yards, 1 touchdown, and he finally gets his first turnover of the season, whether that be a fumble or interception. He threw an interception in the fourth quarter that allowed Jackson State to go up early in the fourth quarter, if I remember correctly. He did lead the team in 14 with 14 rushes and 93 yards. That's something I talked about on the previous show on Wednesday. Young man can play. Young man can play. He did everything he possibly could do to win that ball game. And my guy over, I think his name is Keep It Up 100 fan or something like that. I can't remember his name. And if he's in here, he'll let me know. But he said that Alabama State would lose the game, and it wouldn't be because of Andrew Body. I'm pretty much in agreement with that, man. Even though, again, he had the one turnover that was huge, but he was able to come back right after that and score. Alabama State's from the outside looking in. They need a few more playmakers, and I would say this: there were times throughout that game where Mr. Body missed some open receivers. He straight up missed some open receivers, and they highlighted that on. While the game was going on, Tiffany, I can't think of her name, Tiffany and then Jay Harris or something like that, they highlighted that he definitely missed a couple of receivers. But with his ability to create havoc with his feet, for the most part, it doesn't really hurt them. But he's going to have to be able to kind of keen in on those plays. And that stuff you kind of, find on film. And sometimes when you're a mobile quarterback, your first instinct is to kind of go ahead and dip, kind of go ahead and just take off and not let the play develop. So for him, that's some of the type of progression that he's going to need to do over the next couple of weeks, man. And again, they're not completely out of it. They're not completely, man. Yeah, I'm grinding, man. It's always grinding. We reached 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, and again, a lot of these fans right now are probably out and about at tailgating. Was Jackson State's homecoming. So after a type of win like that, you're not trying to get on any type of social media type of stuff. And if you're an Alabama State fan, you just had a heartbreaking type of loss at the 1 yard line. You probably not trying to get on no social media type of stuff. As of right now, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And again, I'm going to go a couple more minutes. We don't get up to about 15 people right here, right now. We're going to go ahead and shut it down and try it again tomorrow. I always come back tomorrow, man. It's never an issue of starting over, man. Never an issue of starting over. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm reading something off my YouTube shorts. But back to this game, man. It was all that I expected. I wanted it to be extremely competitive. I wanted people to step up to the plate. And that's exactly what they did. And shout out to Quincy Ivory, I believe is his name. That might not be that young man's name. Let me go find it. Yeah, Quincy Ivory. Young man had 12 tackles. 12 tackles. He had a half sack, and he might have had a forced fumble. Quincy Ivory, linebacker of Jackson State, I believe. Hell of a ball game for that young man. Let me make sure I'm right. I'm sorry, he's a defensive lineman. And he's out of Texas, man. Basically, he's from Houston. They got him listed as A-Leaf, Texas. But, man, that's Houston. Young man had a hell of a ball game today. Balling out with 12 tackles on the game. Let's see what else we got, man. Again, if y'all missed that game, you missed not only in HBCU sports and just college football, period. It's one of the best games you'll see. You had plays being made by the offensive line. By the defensive line on both sides. You had the wideouts making plays. You had guys catching passes in traffic. Andrew Body threw an absolute dot to Alabama's first touchdown, which led to Alabama State's first touchdown. I mean, oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that game. In my opinion, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that game. It was too damn good, man. It's sad that somebody had to lose that game. Absolutely sad somebody had to lose that game. With that being said, Jackson State controls their destiny. They're now 3-0 in the SWAC East. And now for Alabama State, you're hoping somebody can kind of trip them up. Actually, you need somebody to trip Jackson State up twice. You need them to trip them up twice. So whether, they finish with the same record, obviously Jackson State is going to hold that tiebreaker, and they're looking to defend their SWAC championship and get back to the Celebration Bowl where they won it last year. So a lot of game left, man. A lot of moments left. There's nothing to hang your head about if you're an Alabama State fan. Dudes balled out. Absolutely balled out. And it's just unfortunate. And again, somebody has to lose. Somebody has to lose. Not like in the NFL where they got the obviously tie. Good God. As we saw that a couple of weeks ago with Dallas and the Packers of Green Bay. Shout out to everybody that's on Instagram. 24/7 Vision is on here. My guy Lee Martinez. Maryland was on here. As my guy Lee Martinez asked. No, I can care less, man. Obviously, you know how I kind of get down. I don't care who wins. Only team I really, really and truly root for the most part, is the Astros, man. And shout out to Lamar. What was the score? What's the score? The game's over with, man. The game was a absolute thriller. It was 38-34. Jackson State, they win basically in the basketball terms. They win at the buzzer on the defensive side of things. Jackson State gets a late touchdown with about 50-something seconds to go. And then you have Andrew Body has 3 timeouts, about 4 plays. They're down inside of Jackson State territory. It's about 10 seconds to go. Completes a pass. Andrew Body completes a pass. Young man gets down all the way to the 1-yard line. Time expires, but referees say there was still time on the clock. By rule, college football, you get a first down, clock has to stop. They still had a timeout to call. They ended up calling the timeout, and they run the play. Again, I'm not a college football coach, anything like that, but it always baffles me when coaches run plays to the short side of the field, and they run like this little option shovel pass route type of thing, and the young man is tackled at the 1-yard line. Time expires. Everybody's going crazy. T.C. Taylor over there flexing and plexing and all this other stuff. Somebody said he ran up on the coach like he was going to rob him. But that type of emotion was something you can't kind of hold back, man. You can't hold that type of emotion back. I'm not mad at him. I'm not the type of person who shows a lot of emotion, but if I'm a coach in that situation, yeah, I'm probably having a damn good time with it, man. Damn good time with it. So I'm not going to. If folks want to come up here and kind of speak their piece, they can. I'm going to share the stream link here. You can come up, be a guest. I should have did the call in number. If you want to come up and talk your crap, if you're a Jackson State fan, if you're an Alabama State fan, you want to kind of air out your grievances on what happened and whatnot, you can do that as well. Yeah, we don't get this kind of rocking and rolling here. I understand people have lives outside of YouTube and watching me on here ramble. But within the next couple of minutes, we're going to try to pick this up. If not, we're going to try again tomorrow. Or we're going to try again on Monday night. So if you want to come up here and talk, you can, man. Please feel free to do so. I enjoy doing these games, man. I enjoy doing these games. They are kind of the highlight of my week as far as sports goes. And I wish I can do it all the time. I just don't have the time. I just don't, man. And y'all know, man, life comes at you from all different types of angles. So I appreciate those who do kind of come out and rock with me on every single Saturday. Next weekend, it's not looking too bright of me doing one because we got another school dance. We got homecoming this week coming up. So unless it's an early game, don't expect to see me on here next weekend. Whether that be, if it's like a 12 o'clock game or a 2 o'clock game, we in the building. If it's like a 4 o'clock game, probably not gonna happen, man. Probably not gonna happen. Again, if you want to come up, here is the link. Copy it, pull it up, come up, talk your crap. Or if you're an Alabama State fan, come up and air some frustrations out. You can. Overall, I thought the game was well played on both sides. I'm glad the referees stayed out of it for the most part. And the craziest penalty on the day was Jackson State goes up late in the ball game. On the extra point, the kicker, Gerardo Beza, I believe is his name, decides to get a 15-yard penalty, even though there should have been flags on both sides, man. There was some Alabama State players walking over kids, walking over a player, and then you had the kicker coming up doing Lord knows what. But typically when that type of stuff happens, the second person always gets the flag. So in hindsight, it all worked out. But in the moment, those type of plays right there can be very, very costly. And again, he ended up having a hellified kickoff after that penalty, which I think Alabama State got out to like the 28, 29-yard line, something like that. But that penalty could have been highly, highly costly. Highly costly. So, and again, hindsight, it worked out. But, man, it's hard to be on the team and you lose a game. And again, one penalty or one play typically doesn't cost you the game. But that type of penalty right there is something that you was like, man, if you don't do that type of stupidity type of stuff, then we have we have no issues. But, again, Jackson State ends up winning that game. I got another 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We don't get to 20 people. We're done. We'll try again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Let's see what I can talk about coming up in the following weeks. Again, basketball season is almost here. For those who know me, I'm a basketball guy. Played collegiately at the D1 level. I coach girls basketball. I coach boys AAU basketball for a very, very long time. So expect to start seeing some basketball streams here and there. We're working on a different type of format. If I can just figure out how to get it rocking and rolling, that'd be great. I won't be using StreamYard if I can figure that out. The basketball games be used through a different system. OBS Studios, I think it's called something like that. So we're trying to figure that out on that end. As we're getting ready to close this out, since nobody wants to come up here and talk their stuff. As people ask me, they asked me to do this stream. They literally asked me to do it, and they didn't show up. Oh well, it is what it is. You'll see some more YouTube shorts coming out soon. You'll see some high school coaches, high school basketball coaches. We'll be doing shows for that coming soon. I'm excited about doing that. These are guys and some girls that I've known for a couple of years who have really good programs. I'm working on getting a state finalist coach on here here in Texas. Got one of my college teammates. He won state in Arkansas a few years ago. He's going to be coming up on here. And then just some people I know here and there and about, man. So if y'all know some high school coaches, girls or boys, send them my way. Between the Game Sports, we do it all, man. We do it all. So, again, we didn't get nobody to come up and kind of speak their piece, but it is. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down as I'm hungry. And it's Saturday night, so I'm going to eat and relax for the rest of the night. So, as I always end these streams, man, on your best day, be better. Think about it. Between the Game Sports. I'm out. Peace.